Detroit versus everybody, man. Detroit, we rep the hardest, man. We gain the hardest. You know what it is, man. Detroit, CJ, holla at your boy when we get home.
Yo, this is Deontay the Bronx from the Wild, the WBC heavyweight champion of the world. I'd like to give a big shout out to CJ Goodfellow, Sports TV. Bomb Squad, baby.
Most exciting man in boxing. Man in boxing. Land of Flair Cops. Shout out to Goodfellow Sports TV.
Hey, Steven, man, you really believe that stuff? Oh, man, come on. You really believe that stuff you be saying?
Hey, yeah, I'm talking to you. You right there watching this video, waiting for this live stream to start, or just watching the membership video, man, and why you should join the membership. Let's talk about it real quick, expeditiously. We got the 3 levels. You got the rookie level, you got loyalty badges, you got custom emoji badges, and you have members on the live stream. As we get more people flowing in to join the membership, I have members only live chat. That means everybody can see the video that want to see the video, but only members will be able to check. That's $3. That's a rookie. The All-Star, you get personal shout-outs before the videos, maybe after the video, mostly likely before the videos. You give a priority to reply in the chat. So as soon as I see you, I reply before anybody else. Get early access to pretty much all my non-boxing videos there. $10 a month. Then we got the boxing pound for pound superstar for all my boxing boys and gals out there. Get early access to prediction and most of our boxing content, virtual video collaborations, and open debate. So, you know, you want to pre-record or go live and debate me for a whole video, you got early access to new videos, some of the videos in the All-Star as well too, and priority reply in the comments. So I see in the comments you get priority reply. No, instantly that's $20 a month. So let me know what you guys think. Don't have a Patreon no more, so here's where you're gonna get some of that exclusive content I used to have on the Patreon. Peace. All right, man. I wanted to hurry up and do this. I want to do this in the morning. Let's talk about the fights this weekend. I think it was probably the most underrated weekend that blew away the hype. All right, both undercards was really, really good, and I mean, it was a good weekend. I know I stayed up and watched the Navarrete fight because he's one of my favorite fighters. I went to sleep last night early. Was tired, man. Had a long ass day. Told you I got on the video. My muffler broke, so I gotta find him up, see what's wrong with it, you know. But other than that, man, it's cool. You know, I'm chilling. Like I said, I should have kept the Fusion. I would have got a truck down. I'm definitely a truck in my future, man. Definitely a truck. Raise on salute. Definitely gonna give me a truck, man. But yeah, Haney and Lopez had their little spat. Haney and Diaz next. Who knows? They said, according to Eddie Hearn and Devin Haney, they sent Diaz the exact same money he was getting for Ryan Garcia. My thing is he should get more because this is a championship fight. Even if it's at least 100,000 more, they should offer him 1.6. All right. You know, that's a good fight. That's a fight that I definitely top in for. So, I mean, you know, the thing is, what fight did I enjoy more this weekend? And I rewatched the Mikey, Garcia, and Sandor Martin fight. I actually scored it. But it was a Navarrete fight. You know, even though Mikey Garcia lost and cherry picking go wrong, it was the Navarrete and Joet Gonzalez fight. I think Joet Gonzalez was a jab away from winning that fight. With the cutting on, real quick, I spent some time on that fight. Navarrete, people said he was exposed, or you know how to beat him, and that's walking to him. You know what I'm saying? He too long to stand in front of him, and that's using the jab and walking to him. And Navarrete and Joet Gonzalez did that. Had he picked up a jab, doubled it, flicked it, threw a hard jab, we probably talking about Joet Gonzalez being the world champion. All right, a lot of people saying Shakur Stevenson avoided Navarrete. They only 4 pounds apart. And that 4 pounds for Navarrete might make the difference. You know, he remind me of a Mexican Crawford in the way that he get hit, and then, you know, he don't want to get hit, and he hit you. So, you know, he might have looked hurt. Joet hurt him. Joet hurt him more than then at least to the naked eye, he hurt him more than Navarrete hurt him. And Joet got a good jaw. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people was upset that Shakur Stevenson didn't go in there and stop him, but we all know it was a connect. It was kind of a connection. He was dating his daughter, he was dating his sister at the point in time. But like I said before, man, this fight it was brutal. You probably had two of the best chins in boxing in this fight, and it was a war of attrition, straight up and down. This was just where it was. And like I said before, I wouldn't mind seeing it again. You know, I'm not blaming the cut for Gold Gonzalez because, you know, it was under the eye. He had 3 cuts. If you see it swelling over the eye, he had another cut somewhere over there. He had the big cut under his eye. But all Jojo Gonzalez had to do was keep jabbing. And just a little bit more commitment to the body, we probably be talking about him being champion. He definitely got the takes for to be champion. You know, I ain't no fan of him because how he was being racist towards Shakur Stevenson. He never even cared to clear that up. You know, so I was expecting a mammoth ass whooping from Navarrete, but it was an ass whooping. You know, he won most of those rounds. Only had Joet within 3 rounds, I believe it was. And but it was a competitive one-sided fight, if that makes sense. He said, "No, Joe, that's never gonna be the same. The fight, his face looked brutal." Well, people cut different. You know, that cut didn't affect him. People cut different. You know, Navarrete took some punishment in that fight too. You know, he got hurt to the body, he got hurt to the head. He walked right into a straight right hand before, you know, Joet can even, you know, turn it over. You know, he got caught right and he got hurt. Navarrete got hurt a few times in this fight. You know, the one guy that probably can beat him is Gary Russell because Gary Russell can't stay on the outside. He had to come to him with fast hands. But, you know, that's the fight to make. All right. That's the fight to make. I wouldn't mind making Joet and Guns. You know, he's Joet Golden Boy. I wouldn't mind making Joet and Gary Russell. You know, I think Joet can give him a run for his money. You know, instead of Gary Russell fighting Mark Maxo, I think, you know, the fight to make it has been Navarrete and Gary Russell. You know, I think Kid gotta have some issues with Jordan Gonzalez. Maybe he should go the IBF route. Like you said, how the European fighters don't like fighting each other because there's go to war. Mexicans are just right behind them. True. CJ just suggested I think you should do a TV interview too. Like BMF is good. We get sports TV reviews. Thank you. I think about it. TV shows reviews. Yeah, I got something coming for that. Joet was using every trick in the book versus the vet, and it was working. You hit him low, I don't even care. Shit. Hell yeah, it's a dirty sport. If they let you get away with it, they let you get away with it. It's a dirty sport. You know, but you know, Navarrete is just on a different type of level. He like pain. He just on a different level. And I don't think nobody at 126 got a chance but Gary Russell. And he ain't even acting. Nobody beating this kid right now. Nobody moving up, beating him. But it was a good scrap, though. Stayed up. Yeah, the thing about this fight, bro, I can't get my legs comfortable. The thing about this fight, man, this shit stayed on until by the time I got done with this fight, it was almost 3 a.m. No bullshit. It was like, and then at one point they started showing, you know, Navarrete taking on Christopher Diaz. I'm like, what? I thought, and I'm thinking the main event was next, and it wasn't. I'm in the Discord talking about, yeah, maybe they got 8 rounder as a co-main. No, they made us wait all that time, and I didn't understand. I ain't like that. He purposely tripped Navarrete. I ain't mad if it is what it is. Had to do what you had to do. Wish you would have fought a little bit more like that from Shakur Stevenson, but Stevenson ain't trying to engage. Stevenson is not trying to engage. That's the difference. Joet don't mind getting hit. Stevenson want to hit and don't get hit. Yeah, I think it was like 1 a.m. No, that shit was damn near over at 3, bro. When I got up, that shit was almost 3 o'clock, bro. When I got up to come down here to do that video, it was almost 3. That shit didn't come on till late. The car was way too long. They were even showing replays of past. Yeah, come on, man. You better get on to the next fight. Shit, you know they pay rent to be in there at a certain time. That's why they had to rush people out. Yeah, they I don't know what their rent was last night, but you know they 3 hours behind us in the West Coast. So I think it was in San Diego. But overall, that was a really good fight, man. I should have been on ESPN. You know, I thought Joet didn't even seem stumble. He different. He different. Then we had, I want to talk about the main topic today. One of the main topics. Mikey Garcia got beat last night. And yes, I did watch the fight. Yes, he did lose. And I think when I scored my card, I think I'm going to score a 10 for Sandor Martin. I appreciate it, Brandon House. Appreciate you. Yeah. Hold on. I might block him. It's going to be a minute, Brandon, so I'm blocking you. Got to find that shit. But I appreciate the Cash App. I was watching Big Daddy Kane and KRS-One and Big Daddy Kane, yeah. So I think they still going, but I want to get this out the way. That was phenomenal, man. Them niggas had beef from 30 years ago. But, you know, this is what everybody want to talk about. And I actually pulled my phone up to look at the scores. So y'all want to know the scores real quick? So I'll give you the scores for the Navarrete fight, too, even though I gave it to y'all if y'all watched the video. So we'll start off with this fight. No, I start with Navarrete. You want to know past fights I done scored Stevenson and Goldsvik until it was stoppage. Water Fury 1. Uzataki Plant. Lubin, Ishe Smith. I don't know who was for. I think Formella and Sean Porter I scored. I don't know. I don't know who that was. Shields and Hammer. Garcia, Granado, Stevenson, Diaz, Khan, Crawford, Canelo, Jacobs, Hurd, J-Rock, Joyce, Brian Jennings, Dillian White, Oscar Rivas, Hooker, Ramirez, Kovalev, Hard, Charlo Harrison 1, Palazzo, Qdoba, Goldsvik, Better BF, Regis, Taylor, Wilder, Ortiz, Wilder, Fury. I'm guessing that's the second one. I didn't really score that one. Just there. Ruiz, AJ 2, Charlo, Hogan, Comey, Lopez, TJ versus Charlo, Harrison versus Charlo 2. Farmer, Diaz, Wilder, Fury 2. Oh, I don't know. I just got so many. Literally, I got Jeezy and Gucci Man in there. Jesus, Bud and Brooke. Got a ton of them. But for Navarrete, I gave Navarrete 10, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I gave Joet the 3rd, the 4th, and the 7th. And did for Garcia and Mikey. I think I gave Mikey 1, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Shoot, my bad. 2, 5. I'm drunk. I'm not drunk, literally. 9 and 10. I think I meant to get 10 to Sandor Martin. So hold on, I'm gonna fix that. I think I went to get 10 to Sandor Martin. So then I gave Sandor Martin 1, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 10. So 97, 93, Sandor Martin. I mean, you see why Mikey Garcia didn't fight Crawford. That's why. He said, "What up? Salute, Davion." He said, "I'm glad Mikey lost." Yeah, I went to sleep, bro. I heard the car was good. I was just tired. I had Martin 7-3, so I had something like that. I could respect that. Why would they rob Mikey? Because he not signed to the zone. Kofi, salute, Dr. Blick, what's going on? He not signed to the zone. He said, "Peace, everyone." Yeah, check out Kofi Universe. So he not signed to the zone. So you know when you going over somewhere as a free agent, you more subjective to getting robbed. And I think he said he let the zone pick his opponent. They picked this guy out of all the guys in the world, out of all the guys at 47. He said he wanted to fight at 147 pounds. And if you want to know what he did wrong last night, you know when you got somebody that move and you can't catch up to that movement. You know, you find him with the jab, kind of like Floyd did with Shabba Mitchell. You know, you got to find a jab, and I would say stick that jab to the stomach. And that's something Mikey didn't do. Mikey didn't target the body, so this kid can go 10. This kid done went through 12 a few times, and it's a 10 rider, so he had no problem going 12. You know, he ain't a knockout puncher, and the number one thing that hurt Mikey Garcia was foot movement. Not his upper body movement, not the foot movement. Mikey's feet is terrible. How many times did you see yesterday with Mikey jumping on his toes trying to get in the rhythm? Come on. You know, you see Tyson Fury big ass getting on his toes trying to establish that rhythm, you know. So when Mikey ain't got no rhythm, he punching to land, he don't throw enough punches. He don't throw setup punches. Everything he only setup punch he throw is the 1 to get to the 2. And he come back with the left hook. So like I said before, it need to be if you wasn't gonna do the proper things to slow him down or catch up to his speed, what he should have did was double, triple that jab up, touch the body. You know, when you throw shit hard to the body, it's a little bit different. You know, because the head can survive. The head can survive severe trauma. We didn't see fighters survive concussions. We didn't see fighters, you know, hit their head on the canvas and get up. But the body, when you hurt the body takes longer to recover. You know what I'm saying? You know, the conditioning, you know, the legs, the hips, the glutes, the calf, all that shit started to slow down. So he needed to touch the body early on. If it was a 1, 2, left hook to the body, right hook to the body, rip the uppercut, that's what he should have done. He didn't do it. Had he had more commitment to the body, I think he would have had a sitting duck there. Somebody that would have been sitting there for the 1, 2. And as simple as that. This is why Mikey Garcia fought Errol Spence, because he thought Errol Spence was going to stand right in front of him, and he was going to be able to open up and land something on Spence. That's what he thought. I ain't got to use no angles. I ain't got to move my head. I ain't got to get on my toes and do some Billy Blanks Tabo shit. I ain't got to. He's right in front of me. That's what Mikey's seeing. He's seeing a Spence that doesn't really move his head, that don't really have flashy feet. He got really good footwork though. He's right in front of me. I got a chance. And if I can't hurt him, I can survive versus Errol Spence. Versus a guy like Terrence Crawford or Sean Porter, Keith Thurman, like it's different because he's not going to be able to find him. And this was the worst possible opponent because he wouldn't be able to find him. You know what I'm saying? That's what it was. And Sandor Martin footwork, his distance, his capitalizing off distance, closing distance. And also he did a little bit of what you gotta do when you're the underdog. He took the fight to Mikey when he needed to, when it was safe. So Mikey Garcia got problems with cutting the ring off because he don't have no feet. And on top of that, not only did he bring cutting the ring off, he brought upper body irky jerky movement. See, your foot movement, irky jerky movement, they kind of two different things, in my opinion. Like you can be irky jerky up top, you know what I'm saying? But I had no feet. Like James Toney and Canelo got great upper body movement, but neither one of them got the best feet. You see what I'm saying? With Sandor Martin, he had great foot speed, and he had great upper body. He just had a great feel. He knew that this dude couldn't beat him. That dude was winning on a winning streak to an active. Yep. Never fought outside America before. Eddie knew what he was doing when he picked this fight. Mikey gonna have to go back down to 40. No, they actually wanted to fight at 40, and Mikey wanted at 47, so they decided to go in the middle. I don't think he can go back down to 40. Hit the like button. He'll go check out Power Sports Entertainment. He can't hurt nobody at 40. So I wouldn't agree to that. He was hurting Jesse Vargas, bro. I think Mikey Garcia one of the top 5 punchers. He just don't have no volume behind it. Mikey output was too slow. Exactly. So when you move up, like Calypso A was saying, when you move up, you got to do something different. Either you got to throw more punches or you got to be flat-footed to land more devastating punches. But he don't have enough volume to go with that. You see what I'm saying? Had he had more volume, it'd be a different story. But he didn't have the volume, and this kid had volume, bro. His punches output it's always low. He hasn't made an adjustment as a fighter because he hasn't had to until he got to 40. So he had made an adjustment. What CD had done versus Spence per se, going up to 47, just use him as an example. It's really nothing he could have did, but took an ass whooping. That's it. He's not the type of fighter that's gonna slip a jab, get on the inside, and let his hands go. Now, if Spence was in there with a guy like Chavez, all these niggas had issues. Everybody had problems, but he not in there with them. So in a perfect world, how he beat Spence, he couldn't beat him on the outside, he couldn't beat him in the pocket. Can't beat him on the inside. It was a bad matchup. He's seen the guy that stood right in front of him. I don't even think he watched this guy's tape, honestly. Yep, that's a problem. Hit the like button, y'all. Homie, real. He said hit the like button for the homie real quick. And that's the issue. Like when you moving up, and you ask Floyd, when Floyd moved up to 140, that wasn't the same Floyd at 35-7. He was a flat-footed Floyd that fought with no rhythm. He wanted to punch for more power. And it could serve I can't think of the word. Preserve his hands. But he said he didn't fight with a rhythm on purpose. I gotta find that video and share it. But Mikey needed to fight with some type of rhythm. What weight Mark fight at? He was 40. He's a 140 pounder. He fought at 140, above 140 couple times, but he predominantly 140 pounder. Remember sports talk. Mikey don't like boxing. He should retire and join the police force along with. Yeah, he passed the police academy already. At the end of the day, when it's paying your bills, you're gonna keep doing it. The police don't pay like this. Nowhere near. So when it's a need to preserve or keep up a lifestyle, you're gonna do it. He was out for almost 3 years. But this dude, you see why he don't want to fight a guy like Crawford. You don't see why he fight a guy like Keith Thurman. Because they just like this dude. The difference is Terrence Crawford is a God-given punching ability. I think Sandor is more irky jerky, but I think Crawford is just meaner, and he gonna try to get you out of there, and that's the difference. That's why he don't fight guys like Josh Taylor. It's a different ball game. A guy like Regis Progress, they gonna take they believe in their chins. They gonna take the extra mile. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. They believe in their chins. Cause it's something that he could have did even more. No, when you go on the road in Mexican territory or Latino territory, he took enough risks last night, and that's why he won. He took enough risks. You know what I'm saying? He took enough risks, and if I'm him, I'm right back in the gym. I made 150,000. I'm gonna make a lot more next fight. I'm right back in the gym. Mikey Garcia was the perfect mesh for him. Good footwork, arky jerky. He said he let them pick the fight. That's what Adonis said. And I heard him say that. So he said the zone, but Adonis said it was Eddie. That's the one thing in boxing that's scarier than a power puncher, somebody you can't hit. He's a scary dude, bro. And I wouldn't put nothing on his performance different. He treated him like a 135, 126 pound fighter, wherever he came from. He treated him like that. And Mikey wants you to stand in front of him. He not Slippy, yes. He not Salido. He not Dentinian. He not Rocky Martinez. He none of them guys. This dude is, guys like Castillo Clayton will give him issues. He not like that. You know what I'm saying? You gotta work for that target. And when you get that target pinned on the ropes, or you get them pinned in the corner, you gotta snap. I ain't talking about one or two big shots. That's not gonna win. What wins rounds when you apply pressure is combination punches. He said he felt like he wanted to fight because he pressured him, and it was like that when Triple G got robbed by Canelo in the first fight. I thought Canelo won that fight. It was a draw. It's my opinion. When that happened, they start scoring it for the aggressor. It's no longer like that. That was not effective aggression. This dude is really good fighter, man. I think, at 140, they should go get a belt. Rematch him, get your money, go get a belt. Mikey gonna have problems with that style. He definitely don't need to fuck with Regis. Regis is a different fighter, though. You know what I'm saying? Regis is gonna stand in front of him a little bit more. Regis don't have the length for irky jerky this guy got. But I agree. SJ Fish 101 salute, appreciate it. Long time no see. Sandor and Mikey is good. Yeah, it is. But stylistically wise, when I think that's the first thing I thought of when I watched the fight this morning. So stylistically wise, I don't think that's gonna sell tickets. Him and Robert Jr. would be a good fight. Catterall, if Taylor want to stick around. You know what? You know what y'all niggas ain't thinking about? And there was no rematch clause, so he's not obligated to fight him. He should welcome Teofimo to 140. He should, T.O. You know what I'm saying? Or Kim Bosa want to move up, but like I said before, man, I would try to match him against somebody just like that. Excuse me. I try to match him against somebody just like that. That's what I would do. But you got to understand, it's a lot lacking from boxing today. I've had conversations with guys saying they don't know how to breathe the right way. You don't hear niggas on, you know what I'm saying? You don't. And a lot of these dudes don't know how to cut off the ring no more. Had he cut off the ring, he probably would have got him to sit right in front of him and control him. So does Mikey go from here? I mean, rematch. You can offer him $1 million, man, and he'll fight again. That's life-changing money for him. But, honestly, I don't know what the sparring was like. I don't know if they watched film or he just showed up. But, Sandor Martin, I wouldn't change shit if I was him at all. Just maybe a little bit more jab output. But shit, if I'm him, I ain't changing nothing, to be honest. Mikey, maybe give up more ground and maybe Mikey be a little bit urgent and walk into something. Tank gonna fight on FY. They won't put him in there with Tank. It's too much range. He not gonna stand in front of Tank like Barrios, like Pedraza. They wouldn't even probably put him in there with Lomachenko, honestly. You know what I'm saying? He's too high risk. And he got enough power. Like Adonis said earlier, he got enough power, man. He got enough power. So they're not gonna put nobody in there that snipe on the outside is good. And if I was his coach, we just start working on inside fighting. But Mikey is a guy that likes you to sit in front of him, but he a master at the outside. They won't ever put Tank in there with a guy like that. You know what I'm saying? He can jab Tank to death. And then he not only do he move his feet, he move his head. You know, a lot of these dudes need guys to stand in front of them to be effective. It's very few boxers that box as well as him on the outside. And one guy was like Chris Algieri. He was a guy that really, if you ain't want to see a good fight that's controversial, Algieri versus Provodnikov, Ruslan Provodnikov is a good fight. He reminds me of Chris Algieri with more upper body movement. That's what reminds me of Chris Algieri with more upper body movement and a little bit more pop. Exactly what remind me of, man. And honestly, man, I like Mikey. Mikey was one of my favorite fighters at one point in time. He's at 130 pounds. I love for Mikey Garcia. I think he's a phenomenal fighter, but if you're not going to treat this game serious, you know, it's time to get out of it. But you see why he don't fight fighters that don't stand in front of you. You see why, you know, Tank don't fight fighters that don't stand in front of you. They dangerous. They very, very dangerous. And the one by guys like him, that's different from Algieri, his output is crazier. I mean, Algieri put out output well, but his output is the difference. When you get somebody, now you got some guys that just stand on the outside, touch you, you know, and you swing and hit them a couple of times. The judges allow you to rob them. Cool, that is true. But the thing about Sandor Martin, he gonna hit you right back. He a volume puncher. He's a volume. He's gonna match volume, and that's different. He's not gonna just let you take food off his plate. It's gonna be a fight. It's gonna be a fight, honestly. And that's a good thing about Sandor Martin, that he is going to react to steal the round right back. He's not gonna let you have a moment and just go into reserve mode. If he got to turn up and be the bully, he will. Like I said, anybody gonna put their prospects in with a guy that had like 30, 41 rounds of ring experience than Mikey Garcia. They're not gonna put him in the ring with a guy like that. You know, if worst case scenario, he don't rematch Mikey, go fight Harry Davis for a couple euros. He said, but then lose a rematch. Yeah, it's over with. I mean, sometimes some people just got your number. You know, I'll tell you a story. I remember we was in college, and I cleaned out niggas in Fight Night Champions. Not Fight Night, it was the one before Champions. I think it was Fight Night. It was the Fight Night before Champions, because Champions came out when we went back home. But it was this dude named, I think he's from the Bay Area, San Francisco, I believe. His name was Marshawn, right? I would beat everybody in the building at Fight Night, and he'd beat everybody else. So one day we teamed up. We had like some fire drill at the dorm. So nigga, this Fight Night match was so big, dog. We in this nigga Chris named Dorn playing Fight Night, right? Why they having a building clean out for fire drill or whatever. And we sat in there and played like 3 or 4 times. This is the first time I seen a nigga play with Jake LaMotta. Dusted me. He was just a better man. He dusted me. No bullshit. He dusted me in fighting. I couldn't beat him. I beat everybody else. I beat a nigga named Umeer. I cleaned out everybody else. I couldn't beat him. But when it came to Madden, we had like a Madden tournament. I dusted his ass. He couldn't beat me in Madden. I came in second to a nigga from Fort Lauderdale. I shouldn't have stuck with them stanky ass Cleveland Browns, but they got a nigga there. Canelo beats Mikey. Of course. Who the hell is talking about Canelo Mikey with the yo stupid Sandor would light Tank up? He would. Tank got real power though, so that's always an option. But they not putting a guy in there with that much ring experience and like that. Nobody want to fight guys like that. I don't. Did you go to stay? Yeah, I did. I stayed in Benson. Oh, swear to God, hell yeah, I stayed there too, bro. That was the yard, nigga. We had hella fun in Benson though. I just you know that side door that's near the cafeteria. I sneak bitches up there sometimes. Everybody did, bro. Hell yeah, man. You having they had crossover week? Yeah, I went to jail in that bitch too though. Yeah, they took me to jail. He said, 06, y'all was a little bit after you. I took me to jail in that bitch. Yeah, nigga, I had to put these hands on the nigga. We cool though. You know what I'm saying? Yep, but okay, yeah, that was the door right there, bro. We cool though. Yeah, I couldn't beat that nigga, bro. I couldn't beat him. Couldn't beat him. It was cool though. You know what I'm saying? It's frustrating. I tried Jake LaMotta, and we tried other characters. He beat me with other characters. Jake LaMotta was a cheat code on fight. Whatever the fight night was before Champions, Jake LaMotta was a cheat code, bro. He was a cheat code, no cap. Marvin Hagler was the guy to beat him. For some reason, man, they make Sugar Ray Robinson weak. He was just a cheat code. But back on Mikey and Sandor, yeah, I would rematch. I would bring in a guy like Chris Algieri, Maurice Hooker into my campaign really well, and I would exclusively start spar with guys like them too. Robbie Hugh Jr., pay him a couple dollars. I don't know if he got a fight coming up. I spar against those guys. You know what I'm saying? Long, lanky guys. You bring Robert Jr. in because he gonna move forward, throw combinations. You bring Maurice Hooker forward, come in. He long, he gonna move forward, throw combinations. You bring Algieri in to mimic, him on the outside and kind of his rhythm. So, like I said before, I'm excited about Sandor. I don't think he a one-hit wonder. I just think, he's really, really good. I think he's really, really good, man. He said, man, no one is giving Regis a shot. What do you think he fights next? He had an opportunity to fight Bud. He said that he didn't want to sign. Well, they said that he didn't want to sign. I don't know who said it, but he didn't want to sign in the top rank because they didn't promise a Josh Taylor rematch, and he ain't ready to move up to 147 pounds. He could have been fought Terrence Crawford, but the money probably now is plentiful as he think he can get by fighting guys in volume. So I don't blame him. I like Regis Prograis, man. If you tell him something that he can't do something, he's not gonna take that shit personal. That's what I like about him. He's a sensitive little. Damn, could Sandor Martin beat Tank? I have watched. Yes, he could. Yes, he could. Beat the shit out of Tank ass till he get caught. And lucky he take a good shot too, so it's different. But yeah, really good fight, man. Want to see him again. Want to see Navarrete again, and yeah, rematch Mikey. Get you at least 600, 700,000, and that's it, man. But I heard it's a cardinal sin for even Mexican Americans to lose to the Spanish. He said Canelo beats Tank, obviously Orchard. Obviously, we know that. So, any other questions on this, man, or Navarrete's fight? I'll wait a minute. But yeah, if he ain't get the rematch, man, I would probably get a co-American trainer just to fine tune him. But that's about it. Get him some more American sparring, take his time, and explode for one of them free belts that's coming up. But yeah. Maybe he could be an opponent for Barrios. But then we had, what else we talking about? Make sure I get everything in a row. Okay, let's start off with Tank and Joseph Diaz. Well, Devin Haney. We can start off with T.O. and Devin Haney. Give me a minute. Okay, and we talk about, I don't know who that is. I like the hat, though, he got on. Shit, let me give you one of those. So last day, Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez got into it. Yeah, they got into it, bro, and it's the typical shit, man. It's the typical shit. Just real typical stuff. All you ducking me, I sent the contract. You ducking me. At this point, it's just to the point where T.O. was talking in another interview on why I think it was Water Fight Week. It was released. T.O. was talking about we can fight at 40, we can fight at 47, and people say Devin thirsty for a fight. Salute, Kobe. I see you. People saying he can. He was saying that he can fight him whenever, down the line. And like I said before, man, Teofimo Lopez is not undisputed no matter how he sliced the cake. Bill came on and said that he explained to us, and Bachrex explained to us, he ain't undisputed. And that's where we at with it. They need to fight for T.O. to establish undisputed, but T.O. also gonna say, I can move up and fight Josh Taylor and get undisputed right. But you could be the first, 2 Division 4 belt undisputed champion, 5 of you cleared the ring belt. You can be the first. And, honestly, I tell Bill, man, that's a tough fight. Teofimo Lopez is not a gym fighter. I'm not saying he's not a gym fighter. He's not a gym fighter. He's a fight night fighter. So all this, you dropped him in the gym and all that, on fight night, Teofimo Lopez performed. He performed. And the true question is, I know how he's going to fight Devin Haney. He's going to wait till Devin Haney slow down a bit and punch with him. That's what's going to happen. He's going to punch with him. And Haney going to use his foot movement. T.O. is dangerous, man. What makes Teofimo so dangerous is he's solid as a rock. His chin is always tucked for the most part, other than some parts in Lomachenko fight. And he's a power counter puncher. That's the worst thing, Benjamin. I see you. When you got a power counter puncher, that can carry him through multiple weight classes, because the shot that you don't see coming is the shot that puts you down on the championship rounds and championship level. That's the fight that complete the trifecta: speed, power, strength, youth, durability, and power. That's dangerous. In Lomachenko, the fight with Lomachenko, he didn't show that. And then that's okay. Lomachenko ain't easy to counter, but he did enough to get his respect. He did enough to win the fight. So, like I said before, the thing about Devin Haney is he got to throw that sparring shit out the window, both of them. You know, Teofimo Sr., Teofimo Lopez Jr. are fight night fighters. You know, they fight night fighters. And like I said before, can he punch with Devin? You know, can he walk Devin into some shit? To be honest, Teofimo Lopez probably need to be the favorite. And I tell Bill and Devin, probably because, you know, he got 3 belts. He fought some tougher opposition because he got a tougher pool to pull from. But like I said before, you know, the guys don't want to fight Devin because he's thick and moving rangy. Devin won't finish you off, and that's fine. Neither was Shakur Stevenson. You know, but this fight right here, man, continue to. I think they built it up enough. It's all about for Devin Haney about distance. You know what I'm saying? When T.O. punch, he's a real power puncher. You know what I'm saying? I can say flat-footed or whatever. You know, his dad said he improved tremendous. He way sharper now. We haven't seen him since the Lomachenko fight, I don't believe. But his dad said he way sharper now. You know, can I predict how you're gonna do it at the high weight class? No, I can't. I can't even give you my opinion. No, I really thought about it. But Teofimo Lopez has an opportunity in this fight because neither one of them are grade A 100% 12-round fighters. And neither one of them been through that big adversity. Cuts, swelling. So like I said before, if we're gonna fight, we're gonna fight. If we're not gonna fight, we don't need to talk no more. We don't need to bring it up. We don't need to bring contracts up till we ready to fight. And that go for both fighters, both dads. But you know, it's a situation where a lot of people saying that they heard T.O. use the N-word. All right. And like I said, that's, you know, and Kobe's telling me that's NYC culture. They let other people say it. They let the Dominicans, the Spanish, you know, I think Harlem it's a Dutch. It's a Dutch, used to be in a Dutch neighborhood, but they got Spanish Harlem. You know what I'm saying? And like I said before, man, they let that shit go fly. You know, anywhere else, nah, we get beat up. A or ER. So, like I said before, you know, you don't mess your money up. You don't want to mess this fight up, but you know, he should have checked him right there. Once you let somebody call you the N-word, it ain't the appropriate person to let you call the N-word. Then, you know, you got to gorilla check him or pull him to the side if you don't want to embarrass him. But Andre Ward already checked him by using the N-word. All right. This ain't New York City. You know, everything, you know, shit that revolve around outside New York City. Some people put some hot lead in your ass for saying that word. Can't say that to me. I'm a gorilla check you. You're not gonna call me the N-word. Well, I don't play like that, bro. You know, this is why the elders back in the day, the Louis Minister Farrakhan's, and there was a Black Power movement to ban black people from making the N-word a casual leisure word. And I get it now, because we use it as leisure and pleasure, and everybody feel that, you know, everybody got a hand in hip hop, which ain't nobody had no hand in creating hip hop outside the Black community. We built hip hop brick by brick. You know, when it came to making clothes fashionable or making words fashionable, we didn't even get the profit off our own culture because we couldn't own major distributions. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said before, man, it's not cool. It's not cool because you said to me, or your girl said, you got to pay the consequences, and they becoming too comfortable. And now it's looking to come off as racist because it was a story that Tom said that a guy in the gym, you know, said that a senior used it in a derogatory term. But wait, don't use that with me like that. Niggas get too comfortable. I don't care how much money you got. You know what I'm saying? I don't see you marching at Black Lives Matter, speaking up for niggas. So don't use it. Straight up and down. Don't use it. You know, don't use it. That's my thing. Don't use that shit no more. He said, hey, okay, I read that one. the chain bigger than him. He got multiple chains on. After Nakatani, he said no more tall guys or T for T.O. Who you betting on? I don't know. I look at the odds. Mikey got his ass handled fair and square, and it was fair and square. It was. But other than this, man, it's called building a fight. Who gonna jump? Move. You see them headlights? You see that? I'm coming through. Let's see who really gonna come through and make the fight happen. But you gotta understand, they saying sign the contract. Bob already told him on wax to Devin Face that you signed with the wrong promotional company. He already said as a public announcement that T.O. and TLC don't handle no business. They handle the business. So, and then on top of that, Bob Arum already said that Bill Haney wasn't scheduled to meet with him about T.O. They was discussing other fighters. So it's so many holes in Teofimo Lopez story. You don't send contracts. And if it is a contract saying Bob Arum not letting Devin come over there and pick a belt off. Oh no. Devin, he had options on Devin like Isaac Dogbay, or Devin got to sign a long-term contract. So there's holes in people's story. That don't mean that T.O. any less of a chance of winning. T.O. probably should be favored in this fight. Wouldn't surprise me. And Devin is a young, hungry jackrabbit. What I mean by jackrabbit, he just want to bang, 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 bang. He want to fight. He'll be 23 next month. He just want to fight and keep doing it. Young and eager and aggressive. Teofimo Lopez, he don't run his career. As far as, you got to talk to Bob. You got to talk to, Eddie about Devin. So, at the end of the day, I'm just tired. This fight needed this. This was the equivalent of Crawford and Errol Spence meeting at the Maurice Hooker fight against old boy. This is that equivalent. But now we need undisputed. We need undisputed because other than this, it's just like it's for clout. That's what like for clout. See, senior told me I got $100,000 to Bill and all this, that, and the third. I got $100,000 in him. Let's make this fight happen. If not, let's move on. Let's move on. Because we done missed more significant fights than this. Just pop up and tell us that it's done. He said T.O. be in the hoop. Shout out to Pudango. Salute. He said T.O. just dropped that proof that Haney no show to meeting Bob Arum. But that Bob Arum said that meeting wasn't about Teofimo Lopez. If I can find an interview with, he said they had other fighters. So he said that wasn't even about Teofimo Lopez. So there he go lying again. He lying. And they probably did miss a meeting, but that meeting wasn't about Teofimo Lopez. That's my thing. I heard it come out of his own mouth. It was on Fight Hype, I believe it was. He said, we have other fighters. Here we go right here. Hold on. Give me 1 minute. Let me find a part real quick.
Devin Haney, pretty much a free agent, his last fight with Hearn. Did you have any thoughts of bringing him over, setting up a fight with Lopez or any?
I get through Derek Harmon, who's works for the company. Our company, Haney's father approaches him, says he wants to come in, and never shows up. I ain't chasing him. They know where to find me. We have had our office there for 6 years. So if he wants to talk, let him come over to the office. I'm not going through a lot of jive to chase Devin Haney.
Do you ever hear this lightweight, Rolly Romero? You get a chance to see him fight before, Bob?
I heard the name, but I haven't seen him fight.
I think you'll get a kick out of it. And he might be fighting Tank Davis soon, so I wanted to get your thoughts on it, but you haven't seen the kid fight.
I haven't seen the kid fight.
Right. And then before I let you go, Bob, thanks for your time. Where do you put you sat next to Canelo for Valdez? Where do you put him amongst?
It's hard for me to ever not talk about fighters from different eras and different weights.
Yeah.
I mean, Chavez was like unbelievable, particularly with the Mexican. But Chavez in his division, as Canelo is,
and not as fast, right, Bob?
Right.
Not as much speed as Chavez, right? He didn't quite have the speed that
I can't figure.
Right.
But again, Canelo, clear to me, is the best fighter in middleweight, super middleweight. Nobody I think, can beat him. But this Caleb Plant is a good fighter.
All right, I got the wrong interview, but I gotta find that shit. But he said in one of the interviews that they was talking about fighting a different fighter, but nonetheless, it is what it is. It is what it is, man. Nonetheless, so he said that meeting was for the fight after Camboso. Bob even said, "Okay, I must have got Mr. Screw." He said, "Look at ES interview." I didn't even know that nigga had an Instagram. Hold on. Okay, here we go.
He has as much chance to lose to Cambosa as I do to knock out Tyson Fury.
But I want to ask you this. Teofimo told me last night that Devin Haney and his dad had a meeting with you and they never showed.
That is correct.
What happened there?
Devin Haney's father talked to Derek, who works for the company, Derek Armand.
He's right behind you there.
Yeah, and they arranged to come in to see me, and he never did. But he has as much chance to lose to Cambosa as I do to knock out Tyson Fury.
But I want to ask you, Teofimo told me last night.
Oh, we heard. Okay. So apparently, all right. So it is what it is. So you gotta wait and see what happens. If they fight, they fight. If they don't, they don't. But tough fight for both. Said I got more Instagram followers than you. Yeah, that shit was weak. You know what I'm saying? But T.O. did get verified though a couple months ago. Haney sounded like a 10-year-old. I got more Instagram followers than you. So I mean, honestly, it's the fight, not the fight. You know, they doing business, they not doing business. They cross the street, they not cross the street. At this point, it's just to the point where I'm tired of the pageantry. Let's just start fighting. You know what I'm saying? Devin could be fighting his toughest opponent to date, Joseph Diaz. They saying that they offered Joseph Diaz, the same money that he got for Ryan Garcia, which I think, he fighting champion. He should get a little bit more, but honestly, it is what it is. I don't cut the cake. I want to praise the fighters. That's up to them. But like I said, they go fight Josh Taylor. Let's see what that's about. Cool. Taylor move up. They go scoop some belt. It's cool at this point. I mean, we've been through so much in boxing in the last few years. It is what it is. I'm done with the back and forth. You know what I'm saying? These guys probably won't fight until they 30-something years old if they're lucky to be around that long. And that's just the honest truth. You know what I'm saying? They saying that this kid is undisputed, but he's not. He is not recognized as a WBC champion. If you want to be undisputed is no dispute. You're number one. There's a dispute in boxing. There are 4 major belts. You know what I'm saying? That's a dispute right there. If you don't have all 4 major belts, you're not undisputed. It's not pre the WBO being recognized as an actual championship. And so if he wants to be recognized as undisputed, he has to do the same thing that Josh Taylor's done. You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand the fear of pulling Haney. I understand the fear of not letting Loma defend his belt versus Haney as the mandatory. Understand it. Then now you add Haney's discretion at making undisputed. You know, but let's not act like Bob is a saint. Bob is not the end all be all at telling the truth. Let's not take this for face value. Will they fight? Who the hell knows? That's the way love goes. Johnny, that's my baby right there. Anytime, one of my favorite R&B songs. In the thundering rain. That's my joint right there. I don't want to sound like I did Robert T.O., but Haney does this shit all the time. He took a selfie with Broner a while ago when I asked him asked him on Instagram. But it is what it is. Maybe it's about pageantry. Maybe he don't want to fight nobody. I heard that he, heard contract offers. I heard some certain things, but to me, I'm not invested in it like that. T.O. is the number one fighter at 35, and if you want to be undisputed, they know how to make it happen. They know how to offer him more money than he ever made before. But Devin Haney will continue to be frozen out because he's not with ESPN or he's not with PBC, Showtime, or Fox. As simple as that. You know what I'm saying? Now, if they can find a situation where they can get an exclusive deal with ESPN and make Bob Arum, make him work with them, then cool. But for that to happen, Devin Haney has to bring a couple more fighters with more notoriety. But that is what it is, man. But any other questions, I'll answer them. But real quick, Joseph Diaz says that they say that they're saying that they offered Joseph Diaz the same money he got for Ryan Garcia and let that fight may happen. But my thing is this: I feel like he deserved more fight. I feel like he deserved more money than that since he's fighting the champion. But if you're happy with $1.5 million, that's a good payday for Joseph Diaz. It's a winnable fight. It don't like he kind of picked up speed on the way up here, but like I said before, man, for him, he got to get on the inside and he got to stay in Haney chest. He got to be willing to go 15 rounds, 20 rounds. He got to be willing to use his jab on the inside to beat up Haney. So that's what it's pretty much going to boil down to. That's a good looking fight. Is that the top fight I want to see Haney fight in? No, but it's amongst one of the top fights. Okay. I actually want the Lopez. Some people want the Russell fight still. Some people want to fight Gary Anton Russell. Some people want to fight Lomachenko. I'm still down. My thing for Bob is, if they didn't show up, you're not gonna chase Haney. Then why ain't Lomachenko fighting Richard Commey? I mean, why he fighting Richard Commey? Why he ain't fighting Devin Haney? You know what I'm saying? That's my thing. Why we didn't send an offer for Lomachenko? Because what I heard, it don't sound like Teofimo Lopez is willing to fight Haney in a rematch. Even though you hear mixed stuff on that, some people say he gonna rematch him. Some people say he don't want to give him a rematch. I heard that was what the new contract was about him rematching Lomachenko and paying him some more money. So why we ain't put Devin and Lomachenko in there for? If Lomachenko beat Devin, then T.O. have opportunity to be the real undisputed. And I ain't talking about he had to fight Devin coming off of L. But he could have tuned up and him and Devin could be fighting in December. Hold on. So, what are we talking about? So, obviously, man, we're going to get to a point where he going to have to fight somebody, Devin Haney. At some point, they're going to make a fight. We got all that money behind the zone. Maybe the zone ain't dishing out the money that they used to dish out. Have the slot tendencies, though. But, at the end of the day, Joseph will be a good fight. Obviously, when you move up, that's how you're supposed to look a little weighted in the waist and a little slow. But he might be even more acclimated to the weight. I think he wants to fight. It may not be in Golden Boy plans. I don't think Ryan Garcia went to fight Joseph Diaz anyway. To begin again, Joseph got an Olympic pedigree. He showed that he'll fight anybody anytime. He showed that he'll fight what's old boy name? Gary Russell, Hybrid Fortuna, guys that other guys in the division did want to fight. So after Bud B. Shine, what's the next for him? I don't know. It's his last fight. He got to find a promotional company. I don't know. Do you sign over to PBC knowing that you're not going to get Keith Thurman? What's the next best thing for PBC for him? That's $1 million question. What's the next best thing? It's nothing. Once you beat Sean Porter, if you can't get Earl, you already proved something. Especially if you beat Sean Porter and you separate. No. So Sean Porter represents a barometer for even Earl Spence, Danny Garcia. Who else in there he fought? Berto. I mean, whoever else. Paulo Malignaggi. He presents a barometer. And if Bud don't separate enough off that barometer, then he might have to go in there and look for Keith Thurman, who said he returned in December, January. He might have to go in there and look for, you know what I'm saying, look and have to sign over there and look for some different options. Try to get Danny Garcia, move up to accommodate Danny Garcia. So this fight with Sean Porter is more important than you guys know. Because if you don't get Spence and he beat the shit out of Sean Porter, you know, people are going to say, well, he was head and shoulder, knees and toes above the PBC opposition. So this is an important fight for him. There's more pressure on him than Sean Porter, honestly. But if he separated, then he can retire saying that, you know what, I was the best welterweight. You guys seen the eye test. You know, that's what it's about. Ends with PBC. I don't know. I don't know where he's signing at. If he fighting on Showtime. Shane Porter. You know, that's what Bob called. What's going on with Team Crystal? So that's the thing about it right there. You know, if you don't look good in that fight, then you got to go in there and prove something versus Keith Thurman and guys. So PBC wants this fight to be competitive at least. So they got something to offer to Bud, but they're not going to offer the sacrificial lamb in Errol Spence. Regardless, I think Spence is just a hunch. I think Spence is on his way to fight. My little mustache be looking weird. Wow. They'll think about growing my hair out, y'all. But you know, Spence is probably gonna cash out versus Canelo, and Spence is the last horse they got. He really ain't even a stallion, even though stallion's a female. They say it in the South, man. We got a different definition for we got the different definition for stallion, man. Somebody told me it's an uncastrated female horse. I think that's the definition. But I mean, we have to wait and see about these things. You know, any other questions? I mean, I think with Crawford's important fight, it's not an end all be all. You know, we haven't seen Crawford have too many off nights. So when you a fighter that win a lot of rounds, even if you're knocking guys out, it's tough on you because people expect that same performance over and over again, and you're gonna have issues. You're gonna have nights off. He just ain't had any we seen. You know, so people expect perfection from him. You know, so when you win a lot of rounds, it's tough. Then people want to say you wasn't matched tough enough, or you were cherry picking guys and shit. You know, so he got that to prove. Any other questions before I log off? But yeah, that's up to them. That's up to them, honestly, man. But I mean, honestly, man, about the rest of the stuff, great fights this weekend. This weekend, if you want to look at the schedule real quick, you can still ask questions. Get to them. Ask them now if you ever heard of a piece. So I think it's like 11, 12 straight weeks of boxing now. So next week you have they was in Fresno last night, my bad. I think I mean, I was talking about Navarrete. They were in San Diego on Friday night. Which I want to know why they made us wait so late. I'm still tired from that shit. So here goes the ring schedule. This is what I use. Pretty accurate for the most part. So I mean, next week you have Oscar Rivas fighting for the Bridgeway title. Who cares? Jameel Herring against Shakur Stevenson. That's the fight next week. After that, it's Dillian White and Otto Wallin. And Zepeda versus Mr. Vargas. Can't pronounce his first name. Then Makala Mayer on Friday. She fighting for the junior lightweight WBO title. And then you got the granddaddy of them all on Saturday. The granddaddy of them all Saturday, Canelo and Caleb Plant. Then also that day you got you have Usman and Kobe Covington too. Buzz should fuck with Eddie Porter if I get ugly her out here trying to step hard. I mean, what do he probably pick up Crawford, but he can't get Crawford no fights, no way. So like Bob says, it's probably better that he remains a free agent. And that's probably the best intentions for him. Probably the best thing for him. But like I said, who am I? Who am I to tell somebody, what they can and what they can't do? That's on them. But I look forward to looking at all these great fights that's coming up, man, and we have to wait and see, man. So I appreciate y'all. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Check out the Boxing 101 playlist for more live stream for boxing. Want to make a financial donation? Cash App CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link description. All my social media links description. Twitter's the fastest way to Twitter, Facebook and Instagram and Facebook group. Want to make a financial donation? Cash App CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313. All that's in the description going on the bottom of the screen. Appreciate the love, support. Peace.